shit! He's on my belly, look at him!
I'm a chud, I'm a chud, I'm a fat little chud, playing lead all day until the sun comes up. I'm a chud, I'm a chud, I'm a fat little chud, why would I get a job when I can live with my mom? I'm a chud, I'm a chud, I'm a fat little chud, I got nothing to do, so I go to Fuda.
Saw a clip of you saying you love food. Why? It's the food thing doesn't need to be brought up again.
I'm a chud, I'm a chud, I'm a fat little chud, I can't see my own meat, fill my stomach with treats. I'm a chud, I'm a chud, I'm a fat little chud.
This one's one of my favorites here. I don't even know how long this has been here.
Oh, I'm a chud, I'm a chud, I'm a fat little chud.
I don't care if I get in trouble from YouTube. Every one of you come here, dislike this video. Here we go again. Oh my god. I am sick and tired of these greasy, dusty, mouth-breathing incels who look like they belong in the cult of Nurgle, opening their dirty mouths and spreading their stench throughout the unfortunate room that they're in whenever a video game trailer drops to showcase a female lead. God damn it, I already made a video about this anti-woke group. When Intergalactic's trailer dropped, racists and incels came together to hate on the game. Individuals like Synthetic Man and Asmongold expressed their disdain with the game. What did they hate? Oh, you know, the bald black woman. That's it. They didn't dislike the music, they didn't dislike the art style, they didn't dislike the gameplay because there was none, and they didn't dislike the storytelling or the story because there was none and there still isn't any information on it. So it leaves you to one thing: what did these incels dislike? The black female lead. Oh, but what about her, Geo? Was she maybe a boring character? Was her voice actor bad? Was it like claws on a chalkboard? No, they didn't say any of that. The problem to them was that she was a bald black woman with a realistic body, if she was attractive to them. So whatever skin tone they prefer, I'm sure we know what type of skin tone they prefer, and if she had big ass and titties, their take on that trailer would have been completely different. We know this because Synthetic Man and Asmongold glazed Stellar Blade, a game where you play as a beautiful Asian woman with big ass and titties. To get to the point, why am I talking about these degenerates again? Well, Sony hosted their State of Play recently, and it was a fucking banger. They showed games like Wolverine, Onimusha, The Lost Wild, and Phantom Blade Zero. All of those games look so good. I really want to play some Wolverine. I love Insomniac's Marvel games. I streamed the fuck out of Spider-Man. 2. Increase health by 10. Wait, hold on. No, I want focus. I'm a focus kind of guy. Upgrades that improve focus, allowing you to heal and perform finishes more effectively. Yes, I love finishing people off, especially men. Hey, it's Pride Month, chill. But in my humble yet accurate opinion, these games, respectively, pale in comparison to Sony's final announcements in the showcase. Dude, I came 3 times during that trailer. Dude, what wasn't there to like? The main character got hands, the voice acting is fucking amazing, the gameplay looks awesome, the cinematics are cinemang. I don't know. Dude, and don't get me started on the cube. The cube looks awesome. I don't know why we're hating on the cube. There's some people saying like, oh really, you get to do all this creative stuff and you make a fucking cube? How many cubes, how many blob cubes do we see in video games? It's like a staple in fantasy. You see in D&D, this and that, whatever. I don't think I've ever seen many cubes in games. The only cube I can think of in a video game is like, what's that game called? For the King 1 and 2. There's cubes in there, but I can't think of any others right now. And overall, this is just a strong continuation to the God of War story, as they're introducing multiple new pantheons. Ah man, I just got a notice here that says that the game sucks because we're playing as a 40-year-old woman. Yeah, sorry, I don't make the rules. I know, that sounded stupid. Who would say something like that? But I'm not exaggerating here. This is an actual complaint all over social media. Every single God of War post I have seen has at least one little loser in there, even though it's obviously not the majority, barely has any likes, whatever. There's at least one little incel in there, fucking loser, complaining about the game in some type of way. The Lord of Decay, Asmongold, can tell you in his own words.
Yeah, I'm not playing this because she's a woman. Men and women don't think the same way, and any game told from a female perspective will have decisions that a woman would make, actions a woman would take, outfits a woman would wear. I'm a man. I don't relate to any of those choices. Lara Croft was popular because she had 2 assets and rarely spoke. Notice the trend? No man played those games because he wanted to hear a woman talk for several hours. See, he's so afraid to say this. Here's the reality, and you know it. You know that they keep replacing characters that are white and male with characters that are non-white and non-male. And the reason why is they want to push a social agenda. That's the reason why they want to do it. It's not because the character was too boring. It's not because people weren't interested in it. It's because they're pushing it for a social agenda. That's the same reason why you see a lot of gay and trans stuff in video games. Nobody's asking for that, but they still keep getting it. Why is that? Do you think that any person that actually wants to play like a character that looks this way? I don't think that they really do. I don't. I think guys have no problem playing female characters, but she's got to be really hot. It's a massive portion of us, and we will make the discourse so unpleasant, so uncomfortable, so problematic, and so toxic that there will be an environment where people are afraid to do this.
See, I told you. Their only reason for hitting this game is because they don't like the average woman, which is fucking insane to me, because Deborah, the actress who plays Laufey, is fine as fuck. And unfortunately, you can see the hate and stink spreading from Asmongold's dirty ass mouth. No matter where on social media I go, I will always see an incel coming from his circle spreading this hate, calling it God of Walk. I'm guessing he meant God of Woke, but maybe the stench fumes that came out of his putrid ass mouth teared up his eyes and impaired his vision. Who fucking knows? Some other troglodyte said, Goddess of Kitchen, did you was the dishes? The jokes just write themselves. I can smell this guy through my fucking monitor. I can't do this anymore. Okay, one more. This absolute larper said, woman God of War, or what the fuck am I seeing? What the fuck? These people, I cannot comprehend how unfathomably stupid these people are. How do they wake up in the morning and dress themselves if this is the pinnacle of their intelligence? How are you going to sit here and pretend like you've played the video games and not know who Kratos' second wife is? That is literally impossible. You cannot forget about his wife. She is an integral portion of both God of War 2018 and God of War Ragnarok. We even have visions of her in God of War Ragnarok. I fear that some people complaining have never even played God of War. This thought I have is reinforced by Asmongold's own words.
Who's this? No, I haven't played God of War since God of War 1.
Then why are you giving us your opinion? He doesn't even know who Laufey is. Oh my god. Why is this a conversation? Why is this causing outrage? You guys don't even play the games. What are you mad about? And also, I get why Asmongold is LARPing. That man loves money. Why are these people not getting paid to lie on the internet, doing it for the love of the game? This has got to be some kind of LARPing epidemic going on. Maybe the hentai virus is affecting people. Maybe I don't know. I don't know, man. This might be the end times that the Bible was speaking of. There is literally no argument behind Asmongold's side, so I have no rebuttals for him. He hasn't played the games. He has no argument. He saw one of the most famous moments in God of War, Kratos carrying his dead wife, and asked, "Who is that?" Like I said, there's no argument. There's no rebuttal I could give. He doesn't shower. He doesn't clean his room. He has roaches literally crawling on him while he's live streaming. He has a blood wall. He has gingivitis. He doesn't take care of his oral hygiene. He would wake up in the morning with bloody gums, wipe the blood with his fingers, and wipe the blood on the wall. What the fuck? And that's not all. His oral hygiene was so bad that he lost over 20 of his teeth due to decay. This is whose opinion thousands of people are siding with. Either they do not know how he carries himself, or they live just like him, and that is concerning. I have nothing else to say about the Lord of Decay. Fuck that weirdo. Since the state of play, there have been many arguments over the game. We tackled over half of them already just by proving that most of these people have never even played God of War. So I don't even know why they're speaking up. Keep your mouth shut. All these damn LARPing incels. What the fuck? But I won't lie. There are some discussions that can be held. There always is. There's nothing. It's impossible for something to be perfect. Even the things that I like the most. I have my Berserk books up here. Do I like the beginning of Berserk? Not so much. Do I like the second half of Berserk? I think it's fucking peak. Even though Berserk is my favorite manga of all time, that does not mean I think it's perfect in every way. There's plenty of things I can critique, and that goes for video games. I love The Last of Us. There's plenty of things in The Last of Us I can critique. Yada, so on. One of the arguments is that you can't have God of War without Kratos. The argument has gotten so big that even brands are talking about it. Domino's UK tweeted, "Oi brev," I can't do a UK accent, "God of War game with no Kratos equals pepperoni passion with no pepperoni." First of all, I love Domino's. What the fuck is pepperoni passion? Just looks like pepperoni. Second of all, silence, brand. Even companies are LARPing like content creators like Asmongold for money. And this is LARPing because Kratos was in the trailer. He was shown in the trailer multiple times, actually. So your analogy makes no sense. The other better portion of the argument is that when it's a God of War game with the title God of War, we have to play as Kratos for it to be considered God of War, I guess. Because how can you play God of War without playing the God of War? And again, I feel like I'm going to be calling every hater a LARPer, because I don't know if you know this, Kratos isn't a God of War anymore. He hasn't been for a long time. How long? Since the beginning of God of War 2. Kratos gains that title after beating Ares in God of War 1. Then he loses that title after Zeus betrays him in the beginning of God of War 2. So that argument is a bust. He's not the God of War. You only get to play as the God of War in God of War Goes to Sparta, as that timeline is between God of War 1 and God of War 2. He's actually called the God of Hope now. I don't know if they know that. He's no longer the God of War. He is the God of Hope in lore. I bet they don't even know that there are two gods of war in the Laufey trailer. We saw Sekhmet, who is the goddess, or the Egyptian goddess of war, I believe she's also the goddess of pestilence and healing. I think she's healing. And then we saw Begza, which is the pre-Buddhist Mongolian and Tibetan Buddhist gods or god of war. So gods of war are way more present in Laufey than any other God of War game since the first game. Hell, we might even see Athena or Ares in this game, because in Laufey we're in the realm of the dead, or whatever the fuck they call it. I think it's called the whenever. I don't fucking know what they call it, but it's where the gods go after they die. If Ares and Athena are dead, they could possibly be there. Don't know why they wouldn't. And if they are and are shown, then this game will have the largest accumulation of gods of war than any other god of war in the franchise. One may think that the arguments end there, but they don't. My friend Ray informed me that the incels are attacking from every possible angle. They see a woman developer or a director and they just blame everything on them. So currently, they're not just mad that we have to play as a woman, they're mad that the game is going to be directed by a woman. I'm stopping them right there. Ariel Lawrence hate will not be tolerated. Do you know who this woman is? This goat has played an integral role in the creation of God of War, God of War 2, God of War 3, God of War Ghost of Sparta, God of War Ascension, God of War 3 Remastered, God of War 2018, and God of War, and is now directing God of War Laufey. If anyone in the planet is capable of creating or continuing the story of God of War, you are looking at her. She is the most qualified for this role. Now, I want to be a little kinder here. They must not know who Ariel Lawrence is. Not everybody knows directors and things like that. But please do some research before you say something so stupid. So they either don't know or they do know and they're just misogynistic. There's no other way around it. They don't like women no matter what. It's thundering. Please, power, don't go out. I'm recording right now. Asmongold may be the genesis to modern degeneracy, but there are other big names out there showing their hypocrisy through their insecurities. Griffin Games and many other chuds. It's kind of the first time I call someone a chud. Griffin Games and many other chuds are calling Laufey ugly and believe that only beautiful women should be visible in video games.
Why is she clothed? And why is she so ugly? Kratos went from Aphrodite to that, bro. That's a black pill. Oh my god, dude, she's hideous.
They believe that the average looking woman holds no place in the gaming sphere, and if they are shown in a video game, then the game is automatically labeled as woke. They say all these things while hiding behind anonymity because they look like this. Look, I get it. I dated someone who's very insecure, and what I learned is that these type of people project heavily. The audacity to judge someone by their looks when you don't take care of your health is baffling to me. I might be stretching here with this, but it almost feels like there's something about a character's realistic looks that really infuriates incels, and I think it's because it reminds them of their own mediocrity. They will do whatever it takes to keep their mind on the intangible so they don't have to focus on reality. They'll cling to any possible defense to keep their fantasy alive in their head, even if the defenses are flimsy. For example, they're using David Jaffe, the creator of God of War's opinion on if the current God of War games are taking a bad direction by grounding characters' attractiveness. They're taking that opinion from him as law. I listened to David's whole opinion over. I really did not want to listen to him, to be honest, but I listened to David's entire opinion over God of War Laufey, and he made it clear in the beginning. He is not like you. He is and never has been an incel. So he says. Now, I'll be fair to him here. He seems like a very intelligent, wise, maybe not wise, but a very intelligent old man. Though I believe a lot of his takes on things are archaic, and we'll get into that. He does say that he's not an incel and he doesn't have beliefs like that, but then he goes on to express how he believes that Sony is making a strange decision by grounding attractiveness in women and men in their video games, especially when it's Marvel and God of War. David teeters around making a good solid point, but then unfortunately he fumbles because he believes that women should look glamored in specific genres of entertainment. He goes on to say that Marvel men and women look beautiful in comics, but tend to look a bit more rougher in Sony games. His artistic vision for God of War was meant for the male gaze, which is why Kratos isn't pretty and the women are. The developers back in 2005 had an understanding that men were angry and horny. So the game had killing and beautiful women that men wanted to bang. Superficially, I understand that point. I know where you're coming from. Some games sell because of sex appeal, just like porn games, and some more softer porn game. Like, I don't want to call Stellar Blade a porn game, but some softer gooner-ish games like Stellar Blade sell because a lot of these men want to stare at a beautiful woman. So you have a point. I know what you're saying. Now, here's the problem. David states that the artistic choice of making Laufey look more realistic is not art. Those are his words. I don't know what his definition for art is, but I'm sure we can all disagree with him. I'm sure we can all agree that whatever just came out of his mouth was fucking stupid. As everything within God of War, the music, the art style, the animation, the voice acting, and in every other game is art. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think David will ever see this, but if he ever did, I understand your point. Just look at all the people who are mad at God of War 2018, God of War Ragnarok, and now Laufey. You are one of them. Here's what I have to say. The incels are the minority. Why is it that God of War 2018 is the best selling and the highest rated in the franchise? Why is there more support than hate for Laufey? It's not because it's appealing to incels. It's because it's appealing to real men. Men who don't let their biology dictate how they view the world. Men who don't just want to look at pretty women because they're horny all the time. That is who Kratos is now, and he is a great example of how men should be. His character has evolved with the world. This might sound too mean, but I'm sorry, you're just too slow to keep up. You condemned God of War 2018 on release, but then slowly started to understand the vision behind it. You have this archaic and biased, very biased view on entertainment. I'm sorry, David, but men are just better than that now. Believe it or not, all this envy you have because your creation has reached heights higher than you can see should not make you bitter. God of War is your most successful creation, and you should be proud of that. No, it wouldn't have reached its current level of success if you were under the hood, but you decided to leave. You need to take some accountability that you would have kept the series back if you stayed with Sony. Be proud that your son surpassed you. Don't be a bitter old man. Anyways, before I end this video here, I wanted to address all the schizos out there who believe that women are replacing men in the gaming sphere. Do everyone a favor and shut the fuck up. What is wrong with you? Kratos is making a return in the next God of War game as a playable character. That was already stated. And he is in God of War Laufey. He is still the main character. This is just a spin-off series. And I know damn well all you schizo incels don't actually believe that take, because I would have heard all your sighs of relief, and I would have seen so much celebration after the trailer for Control 2 dropped, where they revealed their main character was going to be a male character this time. So I don't want to hear that bullshit. That's all I wanted to say to you sexy motherfuckers. I'm out of here. I love you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. And remember, fictional characters are not the only ones who can develop. Bye.
This is, let me just flub up a little bit, just flex. Just show off my raw masculinity versus this effeminate twink